What's up, guys? This is Jeff with Win Big Picks, and today I'll be breaking down my top four college football picks for Saturday, November 15th. Before we get started, though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on all the winning plays we're dropping here every single day. And again, yesterday, another winning day. We go 3-1 on the picks from the video. We're on a 6-2 run the past couple days. But the guys that hit for us, LaMelo Ball, more than 12.5 rebounds and assists. Hope you got on this one early. He just ekes this one out for us. Finished with 13. This game went to overtime as well, but he only played 27 minutes, so maybe something to keep in mind moving forward, him coming back from that injury. But glad he got it done for us there. Then Stephon Castle, more than 12.5 rebounds and assists. He finishes with 15, continuing his hot streak there. Another great game between the Spurs and Golden State. Golden State just pulls that one off, winning 109-108. And then the other guy to hit for us, Simone Fontecchio, more than 7.5 points. If you got him later in the day at 8.5 points, you hit too, because he finished with 9 points. Got 6 in the first half, then he hit another 3 in the second half, and that's all it took for us to cash there. He's been high hit rate on that. If they want to keep his line low at 7.5, 8.5, may have to keep taking it. So, and then the only guy that missed for us, Denny Avdija, needed him to hit 3 threes, and he only hits 2. Remember too, we pointed out that if he takes 6 attempts, he should hit it. Well, he only took 5, so maybe if he took one more, he would have got it done. But tough hook on that one. Messed up that slip for us that I put in there on yesterday's video. But regardless of that, we did hit 6 of our VIP picks as well, so we threw some winning slips together. Like this one here on Warner Parlay. We took Houston to cover their first half spread. That was put out by one of our analysts over on Discord, Frank. So glad we got him on board over there, especially with using Warner Parlay with all the team picks available on there. It's been great. Paired that up with Derek Lively, under 14.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Thing to note on that one, news came out that Lively was only going to play 15 to 18 minutes. And when something like that happens, always good to go check the lines of the player, see if they've moved, see how much they moved. Other books, they had him down to 12.5. Warner Parlay still had him at 14.5. So if he was only going to play 15 or so minutes, he was going to have to average a PRA per minute. And I think that line discrepancy was too big. Now, he only finished with 9, but still, in a situation like that, where there's that much of a difference between books, it's definitely a great play to take when you know they're only going to play limited minutes. Anyways, moving on. Over on Betr, we took Ant-Man, discounted points. He hit that, no problem. Zubac on his points as well. He crushed it. And then over on pick 6, they also had Ant-Man discounted on his points. He finished with 30. I thought, 29 might have been all right. I thought 29 was a bit high. He did get it, but with the discount pick on that, I think you have to take it at that point with him. Paired it up with Denny just to get his alt line on his points. Good thing because he only finished with 22. His line was at 23. So made some money there. Now, before we get to today, just reminding you guys, over on Chalkboard, if you like free stuff, they'll give you free stuff. Because if you sign up with our link below and the code WINBIGPICKS, they'll give you a free pick and they'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $100. Chalkboard, they're giving out daily boosts, and they're one of only 2 DFS apps that let you cash out mid-game. So, say you got like a 6-man slip going and the first 5 guys hit and you don't want to sweat that last guy, cash out early, take out the Winnings. Excuse me there. Again, one of only 2 apps. Any other app, besides Prizepicks, you do that, you got to sweat that last guy and hope he hits. So definitely one of the big advantages of using them. And if you want even more value, I'll give you a free month of those VIP picks. Just send a screenshot of your first deposit that you make on Chalkboard over the email address on the screen here. The link to our winnable down below as well. If you can't get the free month because you're already on Chalkboard or one of the other apps I'll mention later, we'll give you 75% off a week of VIP, knocking that down to about $10. And then we still have the NFL and college season pass. Every pick from today right through Super Bowl 60 sent right to your phone the second we hit the post button. Great if you're just into football. And then we also got the NBA season pass as well. 8 months worth of value crammed into 5 months worth of price. We made most of our money off the NBA last year, and that's going to continue this year as well. So hop on it now while you still can. Only 19 of those remaining. Now on to today's picks, and we're using Outlier for this. If you want a free 7-day trial and get everything you see here on the screen, use the link down below in the description. But first up, we're taking Gunnar Stockton, more than 222.5 passing yards. Now, he's only hit this in 5 of 9 this year, but he's going up against Texas today, and Texas's pass defense has been their weak point. As you can see, ranked 95th in the nation. And the big thing that stuck out for me with this one is the past 5 QBs have all hit their line. Most of them have crushed their line by more than 100 yards. So we got that going for us too. That and Texas rush defense is a bit better, a lot better. Second ranked rush defense in the nation. So they may have, Georgia may have a tough time on the ground there. But 222.5 should be doable. To me, that's not too high. If it's one of those where it's up, 270, that area, that's when it gets a bit tricky in a game where the total's only 49.5, so that's not that high for a college game. Spread's only 5.5, so it should be competitive throughout with them throwing the ball. Don't expect a blowout where they're gonna have to where they'll abandon the pass and just try to run the clock out, something like that. So 222.5 yards, especially with the last 5 games, QB is just throwing all over Texas. Gunnar Stockton should be able to get this done for us. So more than 222.5 passing yards we are taking up. Next up, Trinidad Chambliss, and we're taking him for less than 27.45 on his fantasy score. And to me, that is just too damn high, and most of the year it's been too damn high as well. He's only hit this in 3 games. Wasn't starting those first 2 games, but only 3 games he's gone over. One of those was a shootout there with Georgia. The other one was a beatdown of Tulane. And the other one was also in a shootout with Arkansas. So for him to hit it, it's going to have to be a shootout, and I don't think Florida, who they're going up against, I don't think they got the firepower to do such a thing. Looking at the other games, blowout last week, he didn't hit it. These other games, relatively close, within 1 or 2 scores, they weren't shootouts. Ole Miss, they're favored by about 12 in this one. The total isn't really high either at 53.5. I'd say that's about right for a college game. And, if they get up big at any point, they're not going to need to throw it. Be more of a Kawan Lacey type of game where he'll be getting it done on the ground. Just doing the math on it too. You get the pass yards. Got him at most books, got him near 267, 270 or so. So that's 11 points right there. A couple of pass touchdowns. They got him favored to throw too. So that's 8 more, so that's 19. Then the rush yards on the ground, that's another 5 or 6, so that adds up to 25, then they do favor him to get a rush TD as well, so that would put him over. But, here's the thing. He'd have to do all of that to get it done. And as you can see on the year, doing all of that has not happened. So with what they think's going to happen, for him to get all of that, I think it's just too high for him to get that done today. Looking at other QBs, 3 of the last 4, they've also gone under their fantasy score as well against Florida. This could be, one of those two where, where these apps, the sports books, they could set the lines, maybe a point or two higher than what they really think, just because they know people love to bet the over, and they're gonna bet on, even in a bad matchup, bad situation, most people will bet the over anyway. So that's just one of the things, to be wary of in some situations when you take an over, that they might be throwing in a couple more points on there anyway, because they know you'll take it. But regardless of all that, Trinidad Shameless, we're taking them less than 27.45 fantasy score over on Underdog. And just pause it real quick here to tell you guys about some more free stuff, because they got it over on Betr. If you sign up with our link below and the code WINBIGPICKS, they give you a free $10. Then we'll give you a 50% deposit match up to $200 on your first deposit, meaning if you throw in 400, they'll give you 200 on top. And then for tonight, we got the Islam Makhachev free pick. Just needs one significant strike to get that done. Should not be a problem for him. And then the other news, the payout changes a couple weeks back. 3 picks, now 6x. That's huge. If you do a bunch of 3-pick lineups over time, that adds up. 6 picks for 35x as well. That's up there with the other top apps, top payouts in the industry. And then the Betr Bucks, their promo credits, pay out the same as cash. They used to decrease the multiplier on that. And then the mystery multiplier, put in a 2-pick lineup, spin the wheel, win up to 1,000x. And if you don't win 1,000x, well, the lowest you can win is 3x, the same as a regular 2-pick lineup. So they got that. Other payout changes, just overall, you want to get crazy with it, get a 7-pick, 8-pick lineup in there. You can win up to 10,000x. That's a huge multiplier, probably the highest you're going to see on any app. And to get all that, use the link below, code WINBIGPICKS. And then also on Warner Parlay, you want to get in on some of that team pick action, use our code WINBIGPICKS, the link below. You get a 100% deposit match up to $250 on your first deposit. That's the highest deposit match I've seen on any app. And like you saw above, team picks, spreads, money lines, team totals, first half spreads, first half money lines, game to go to overtime, stuff like that. Warner Parlay, they've got it all over there. There are a couple other apps that are venturing into the team pick game, but all they're offering is just the team money line and just the spread, and that is it. Warner Parlay, you've got a whole assortment of picks to choose from, along with the player picks. So great if you're stuck in a DFS only state like I am, or even if you're not, even if you're a regular state with sportsbook access. It's just another app to line shop with. So check it all out with our link below. Same thing applies. Free month of VIP if you send a screenshot of your first deposit on Warner Parlay or Betr. Now, back to the picks. And another QB, we're going all quarterback today. Load here. But yeah, Matt, take him also less than 15.35 fantasy score. Now, he's the second string quarterback for Missouri going up against Mississippi State today. And I think this one just too high, although for, pretty much the same reasons, but also slightly different. The main one being he is the backup QB, and what do they expect him to do? He came in relief in that game versus Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt did decent. You can see started versus Texas A&M and pulled off the negative fantasy score for a QB playing the whole game. That's tough to do, So while Missouri, they are favored today by 7. I think they're going to get it done more on the ground today, not let it all fall on Matt Zollers do this. Even the book, even looking at the pass yards, like they only expect him to throw for 166 yards. Like that's low for a QB, especially for a team that's expected to win. The total's at 51 and a half too, so decent total. So they clearly think Missouri's going to get it done on the ground. Passing touchdowns they don't expect him to get to. It's at plus money in a lot of spots. So even if he gets one, even if he throws for 200 yards, you know that's only 12 fantasy points right there. Interceptions, hasn't thrown one yet. Although Mississippi State they averaged one forced a game, so that could happen for us as well. They don't expect him to run the ball because they don't even have his rushing yard lineup for him. So we don't got to worry about that. And then even if we do, you got to remember with college football, those any sacks he takes, those count as negative rushing yards for the quarterback. So I think today, Missouri, if they are going to win, they're going to get it done on the ground with Ahmad Hardy. If you don't want to take the under on this one, and you do want to take an over in this game, Ahmad Hardy would be the one to do it. I think his rushing yard line is at about 113. Well, Mississippi State's run defense is one of the worst in the nation, so I think that's where they're thinking is what's going to happen in this game. That's what we think too. So Matt Zollers less than 15 and a half, 0.35 fantasy score. We don't think he's going to get there, and that's why we're taking it. Now, last up, another QB, Ty Simpson. Taking him to not throw an interception. And, he's a coach's dream right here because he takes care of the ball. Only one pick on the year. Going up against Oklahoma today. Now, Oklahoma, tough defense, tough rush defense. So they may be passing the ball a bit more than usual. But Oklahoma, they're not forcing picks either. Looking at recent QBs, besides that last game, the previous three didn't throw an interception. And we're looking for the same thing to happen today as well. Just note the odds as well. Usually, good quarterbacks, the under on their interceptions usually juiced pretty decently to where it's not. In many cases, it's not worth taking for what they're going to pay out. But I think with the regular pick payout here, it's good enough to take for us, especially for a guy that just doesn't throw picks. So Ty Simpson, less than 0.5 interceptions. We are on it. And just showing you guys a bet I've already locked in. Did it over on Underdog. Taking Gunnar Stockton over those pass yards. Chambliss under the fantasy points. Zollers also under the fantasy points. Definitely note that because Underdog, they don't want to. I think it's on purpose too. They don't put the down arrow like they do the up arrow over here. So under on these guys, over on Gunnar. Underdog gave me a little discount on Gunnar Stockton there. Don't know if you all have it. I think that's a local thing. I'm here in Georgia, so they do a little discount the dogs promotion, thinking I'm a dogs fan. I'm not. I just live here. So if you are in Georgia, you may be able to take advantage of that one. If not, they do have a bunch of payout boosts I've seen in the app as well. If you want to throw those on there, but 222 if you can't get his discount, 222 like we said is just fine. So on to this. If you want free money, pick it. They're gonna pay you money to download their app and sign up. They'll give you $3 right to your Venmo or PayPal. There's a chance that $3 could be $100. Again, it is free to download. It is free to make an account, and they're gonna pay you to do it. You cannot. There's no way to lose. You can only win with that. Pick it. Great way to track your picks. Make sure you're headed in the right direction. As you can see, we are up 282 units all time over the last year or so. It doesn't matter the sport. We're in the green with that one. Check us out over there. You can follow us at Carpsy150. 5-1. And if you want more insights and analysis, like I mentioned earlier, we are on Discord. I've teamed up with the guys at Doghouse Picks as an analyst. They've been killing it over there. I post regularly over there as well. Finding anything, like that pick I put out late yesterday. Found that late, put it out there. We hit on it. You know, so check it out. And that is gonna do it for us today. If you haven't already, hit like and subscribe so we can grow this thing bigger. We do appreciate it when you do. So we putting out some VIP picks in a little bit here. I'll be throwing out a few free NBA picks on the Winnable and on the Discord. We got 5 NBA games today, so should be enough in those games that I like to throw out to you guys. And then tomorrow it's Sunday, so you know what that means. A full day of NFL action. It started at 9:30. We get a game over in Madrid. The NFL taking over the world. So plenty to look forward to tomorrow. Let's keep this 6-2 run going. Hopefully, gonna turn it into a 10-2 run by the time the day is over. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later.